Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Swedish Army stove by Trangia. So let's get it out and have a look at it.
Every time I think I'm gonna wake up back in the jungle. Every time I think I'm gonna wake up back in the jungle.
Right, this is the little boy Swedish Army cook system by Trangia. So let's have a little look at this and see its components and how it works. Right, this little cook system is a Swedish Army cook system that Trangia have made for them. So if you're familiar with the Trangia products, you know that company and brand and how good they are. So this is the windshield where the cooker was sitting in the bottom. So when you separate that from the main pot, so there's your windshield. Just have a look at that first. You have a windshield, so you've got holes to let the wind through, and then inside there you have a pot stand which will hinge up on the hinges. So that will open up like that. So you have a pot stand, you have a hole in the base, that's where your burner will go, your alcohol stove. So that is the windshield and all its components. Now here's the cook pot, or say pots I should say. So you've got a small pan, which is also a cup, and it's also a frying pan. It's also a small pot. It's multi-purpose use, made of aluminium, sprayed in OD green, and it has these two loops on the handle, and these loops are so you can put a stick in there. I'll show you that, how that works. I'll get a stick and I'll put it in there. So here's a stick, not in the best of condition, but that is how it works. So you can use this over an open fire, a bit of green wood in there as your stick, and it won't burn, and you can use that in that condition where you don't have to get too close to the fire because it's going to be hot. So another good thing about these pots, they don't have to be used with that cooker base. Moving on to the main pot. In here we've got an original fuel bottle. Keep them like this because obviously you're going to cook in this pot, and if you have any spillages in the pot you're cooking in, you don't want that taste, do you? Because I can smell this already. So that's an original fuel bottle for this cook set. In the UK we use methylated spirits because that's what we've got. In America they use heat and other things. Yeah, I'll put that there. Now this is the burner. This is the large Army burner. And when you compare this to the other Trangia burner, which I've got in my bag, I'll show you the differences. So there's the main burner, the Trangia burner. This is the Army one. It's a lot bigger. I'll show you the difference between those. So this is a traditional Trangia burner, alcohol stove, spirit burner, and there's the Army one. It's a lot bigger. So you can see the size difference. This one has a snuffer. This one doesn't. So when you put the lid on, you don't want to put it on when it's hot because the rubber, it'll damage your rubber ring, sealing ring. So you've got a rubber sealing ring in there for when this is on to be carried, so you don't get any spillages. But this lid's cracked. There's a crack in this lid. This isn't my set. I've borrowed it from my mate Dave. So this will spill. That's why it's empty. So let's get some fuel in it, and then I'll show you how it works on this base. I'm not going to use Dave's fuel because it's his fuel. I'm going to use my own. I've got some meths in here. I'm not going to fill it up because, like I say, it's got a crack in it and I can't reseal it. Right, he's got a little tub of oil in there. That's his own oil, didn't come with a set. And there's the main pot. This pot will hold 1.5 litres of fluid because I've measured it already. And the lid will hold to the rim 650 millilitres, so just over half a litre. So then let's talk about the pot. You've got a bail arm on it, like most billy can pots, but it's got an extra piece. It's got a hook, so this could be hung above a fire, and then if you want to boil water or veg or whatever you're going to boil in it and you want to pour it, you can adjust this handle by putting it in that second position, folding it over and hooking it through there. Now you've basically got a pouring handle, so your hand doesn't get burnt to hold the pot when it's been hot. So you're away from the heat. It does work. And also if you're resting it on a fire, you can put it into this position and then you can lift it up and put it down. It's a handle that works. That's a good feature. You don't see that feature on anything else, I don't think. I've only seen it on these pots. So let's get it lit up. Let's see what we can get out of it. Hopefully there's enough fuel in there. I don't want to put too much in. So the good thing about this, with the original Trangia systems, you have to put the burner into the Trangia and light it inside. This one you can light on the outside, so it could be lit here, say, and then you can rest the cover down on top of it, because there's that big hole will go over it, so you can see. You don't need to put it inside and just rest it over the top. Let's get it lit. So in theory we can light this before putting the cover on, which makes it easier again. Right, we're going to go and try and light this today with a lighting stick. The problem with these in the cold is they don't like to light, and my fuel has got a bit of water in it. I put it in there to stop the sooting, so it is a pain to light. It's lit now. It's very difficult to tell, and that doesn't even feel lit. You need to generate heat. Usually you prime these things before you light them up, so you need a good bit of heat to get it to light. Now we have a flame, so we can put this over the top. We know we're good, nice and secure. Get the pan. I don't like putting pots on fires when there's nothing in them because it will melt them. So I'm going to put some water in this. Make a quick cup of tea or coffee. This is quite high above this burner, so when I put this on cold, it ain't going to put it out. Because when you put cold stuff over these flames, they don't like it when they're low. There isn't any wind at the moment, so that's another good thing. Get that handle where we want it. so it keeps it away from the heat. Anything made by Trangia is quality, you know. I've got nearly all, well not all of it, but I've got a lot of their products and I haven't found a fault in any of it really. So we've got a lid there as well. That is also a lid, if I didn't mention that. Let's have a look. We can put it on each way, doesn't matter if it goes on that way, it can go on that way, and it can go on that way. So if you want to put something else in there to heat while that's boiling, you can heat another pan or keep something warm. So that's a fantastic feature. But as you're watching this on camera, I'm going to put it on this way so you can see it. I don't know how long it's going to take to boil. It's 1:45 now, so we'll see how long this takes. With that lid on it, it's going to be a lot better because it's not letting any heat out. And it's cold. I mean, it's 20 degrees warmer than the other day when I went out, but it's still cold. You also have the option to build a fire inside this windshield. You can put a small fire in there so you can have it over a fire, or if you've got an existing fire you can put your base shield down on it and then put your pot inside and have it like that. Multi-purpose, multiple options, so you don't get caught out when you're out and you need it desperately to do something. I'm sure, I'm not going to say because I haven't seen it done, but I'm sure you could put SBIT block in there, fuel gel at the base, and it will still do a good job. Because if they heat up any other container, they heat this up, and that windshield just stops it from blowing your heat away. Because you've got to remember that it's not, wind doesn't blow your fire around, which is, you think, oh that's unsafe. It's not that, it blows your heat away. So if you've got no heat, you're not going to get any benefit from the fire, whatever the fire source is. It's a good bit of kit though. Like I say, I don't own it, it's Dave's, and he's kindly lent me it to do a review on it. He loves it, he thinks it's a great piece of kit. So yeah, if I do a meal in it, don't forget to check out my Sunday cooking show, The Woodland Kitchen, which has just started. Yeah, for a lid, I'm going to say from experience now, personal experience, this is the way to go. If you can see that. I found it difficult to pull that off when it was on fully over. Right, we've got a boil, so have a look. I'll tell you how long that's been. It's been 6 minutes. It's about average, isn't it? So we should be, in theory, pick this up without burning ourselves. Let's put you where you'll see everything. Then we should be able to pour into there safely, like that, which is easy done. Didn't feel any unsafeness about that at all. Now I need that to go out. See, letting them burn out, that's bad for the actual unit, so I need to put it out somehow. And there's my coffee. So to put this out, I'm going to take that rubber ring out and drop this top on it. Now the bottom of this is warm, but it's not going to burn me. It's just hot though. So I'm going to get some leaves, lift it up, remove it. That's a really good benefit of this system. Now you can take this off separately. Now I'm just going to snuff it out with a lid. So it's only the lid, it's just going to go on top. Now I'm taking it back off. The reason I'm taking it off is it's already cracked, so I'm assuming it's been put on before and it's cracked it from the heat. I don't know why it's cracked, but I'm not leaving it on there. That's out now. And there's my coffee. So it's a good little system. I've not used one before, it's my first time, and I like it. I think it's good. I'll do a meal in it. I'm sure I'm going to do a meal in it. So I've learned some things already, so I hope you have. And I hope if you're looking to buy one, I hope this little look at it review has helped you make a decision. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like my stuff, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And I appreciate all my subs, I appreciate all my views, I appreciate everyone that watches my channel. So thanks a lot. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.